This video was inspired by this cool little spray bottle. Inspired, not sponsored. So, this is the bottle that I talked about. This entire video came as an inspiration because I thought, where was this bottle earlier? Why didn't I start using it from the beginning of my gardening days? Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about all the gardening accessories that I use. Maybe that helps you in understanding what are the things that are available. I don't spend a lot, but there are certain things that I have bought and have found it very useful. And okay, so let's start with first and foremost, what is the most amount of thing that we need for plants is soil. So I use two things for that. One is coco peat block. I get it very easily on Amazon, and this much block of coco peat turns into a lot of coco peat. You can check out my other video somewhere on top on that. And but it retains a lot of water. So along with that, I also do what sometimes I buy nutritious soil, mix it with it. But most soil that comes in from the market, they retain a lot of soil because they also mix coco peat. So then to balance that out, we have to either mix in sand, which might be locally available, or what I also try to add is vermiculite or perlite to increase the aeration and reduce the water retaining capacity of the soil. Fertilizers are there are two kinds of fertilizer I use, actually three kinds. For normal leaf-based plants, which doesn't have flowering requirement, any kind of bud requirement or something like that, I use long release NPK modules that come in. I think they are the one that I use is from Bloom Buddy. I've used it for long and it has never killed my plant, so I have a huge 5 kilo bucket of it and it goes on for long, so long. That is also available on online portals. Other than that, the second fertilizer I use is rose fertilizer. Rose fertilizer, the one I think there's a company that sells rose fertilizer. I use that for all flowering plants if it makes sense. A little bit every month once. So I mix and match all these fertilizer for all the plants. So for example, if it's a flowering plant, I do also give long release NPK fertilizer because they also need leaves and other system. But if you use that too much and don't use some fertilizer that induces flowering in them, then it's only going to produce leaves. So I do that for every once a month for active flowering plants during that season. I add this particular rose fertilizer. Apart from that, the third is liquid fertilizer, because especially due to long-term heated circumstances here in Kolkata, the weather is very high, so it's very difficult the solid fertilizers burn plants. So I tend to use liquid fertilizer after it's around 4 p.m. or so that it gets enough time to dry out and absorb. So I use the seaweed fertilizer for that. And so now let's come to the other side of it. Now we have soil and fertilizer. These are the things I use. Sometimes I also buy from local nurseries if I am able to go to local nurseries. Now I'm not able to. It's kind of risky, so I just tend to order online these days. But apart from that, let's talk about what do we do to prevent pests. So to prevent pests, my age-old is neem oil. It's like the god of pests. And I like to be organic. I don't like spraying non-organic pesticides on my plants. So I just stick to neem oil, a combination of neem oil and dishwash soap and something like that. The third is sometimes soil also has fungal or bacterial attack. So I use something called trichoderma vermite or something like that. I don't know the exact composition of it, but it's a biofungicide and it helps me when the roots are infected and the soil is infected and all of that. So you can watch out my neem oil and best video somewhere on top here. And then moving on to other requirements, one of the best things I found out recently, I did not know there used to be a spray pump like this. I used to use the Colin bottle for all spraying, but I found a better one, pressure spray pump, and it's really worth it. It's a little bit costly, but it's very sturdy, and if you have not a lot of plants, but if you have as many plants as me, it saves. My hand used to get cramped by spraying so much, and it makes it so easy. It's just, you just pull out the notch 25 times or 10 times, and when you feel the pressure, you just spray it like this, and that's it. You don't have to do this, and it's spray. Velocity is there. You can diffuse it and spray. You can throw it out. There's a lot of features there. You can check it out. There are enough videos available in YouTube that you can check out for that. But I will link the one that I use below. It's called a pressure spray pump. I think it's a god saver for me. I just found that out, and the reason I wanted to make this video was because I found that out, and I did not know it existed for a year. So I thought maybe I can just share with you what gardening accessories I use, and maybe you can share what you use, and we can all learn from each other. So don't forget to comment below if you use something that is very fascinating and that is very helpful to you. So another thing is, I have bought, I think, grow bags, which is very common. Like, you can buy grow bags anywhere, or pots. What else? What do we use? Now next is, it's not directly related to gardening, but I wanted to increase the space of how much plants I can put in my balcony. Only one of my balconies gets sun, so I have to increase the space vertically. So I used a vertical rack for that, and you can check out my balcony revamp video somewhere on top. So it's an Amazon Basics 5 rack plant. Once I put up the rack, it added a lot of space, so I could do a lot of seedlings and a lot of plants there that need sun. But then the problem was, birds started eating them, so I had to buy a net. I put off the investment in net for a long time, and you can also use a mosquito net for that. But if you don't want to use mosquito net, I will also link that below. I found an excellent net. The net comes with all those zip ties, rope, and everything. It's perfect. It comes in various sizes, and it's very durable, and it protects your plants from birds and any other person who is trying to eat your plants. So I think that is very, very useful, and I love it. I hope I did put off buying it for a long time because I thought it was not necessary. I'll just, I'm a very big of a miser. I don't like to spend money that much, so I try to put it off as much as possible. I don't want to buy things because we can't throw money around like that, right? So I try to always wait a long period of time, because then you know that there is really a need for it and you need it, and then you have to buy it. So all these products that I bought are because I absolutely needed it, and I loved it, and that's why I'm sharing this with you. Hopefully this helps some of you guys in trying to understand where to get these things that I use in various videos or gardening videos or all of that. So that's pretty much it. Hope this helps you in accessorizing your gardening hobby. Do like the video if it was at all useful to you, or subscribe the channel. It helps me make more content. I'm a very new channel. Your subscription would really help me grow, and that way you get notified for all of my videos in the future. So you can also check out my Facebook page and Instagram page. There are a lot of lovely plant pictures there. I think so. I love plants, so if you love plants, you'll love that page, and a lot of information there, so do check it out, and thanks for watching. Hi, got this. guess what? I use this, that is the barbecue thingy for chicken and all of that, to detect whether the soil is dry or not. So I poke this inside the soil and it becomes, if the soil sticks to it, I can see that the soil is not completely dry. I use it for some plants that are very sensitive to wet soil. You can also use chopsticks for that. Sometimes spraying makes some sense, especially for calatheas. The barber spray bottle is very handy when it comes to that.